This lesson is on lying, deceit, and authenticity. So, self love is always authentic. Self love doesn't hide, self love doesn't have shame, self love doesn't lie. So, if you're struggling with authenticity in your relationships, you're struggling to have authentic communication and intimacy with others, the issue might be lying with a lack of self love, which is really the core of all the teachings, right? That love is the answer. And when we don't love ourselves, this is how we cause ourselves suffering. And lying is one of the symptoms of not loving ourselves. So often lying will come because we have a lot of shame or fear. And, and in truth, shame is a form of fear as well, too. It's saying who I am as I am is so unlovable. I can't let you see that. Whereas somebody who loves themselves knows that they're not perfect, that they can struggle, they can make mistakes, and they're still enough. Our capacity to share our truth and be honest is what's going to bring us more self love, but it also comes from self love. So if you have someone in your life that's lying to you or struggling with authenticity or shame, or they're shutting down and pulling away, the first step is to see them correctly. Wow, that person's hurting and doesn't know what to do. They're really struggling with their self-love. Knowing that when people lie, cheat, or are inauthentic or hide things, it's never about the other person. It's never about anything outside of that person. It's about that person's shame. Our job is to tell the truth and treat others the way we want to be treated if we want to have peace. Anytime we don't tell the truth or treat others the way we want to be treated, we will cause ourselves suffering. So, someone lying, it doesn't feel good. It's not our natural instinct, but we get conditioned in childhood that it's not safe to tell the truth. When we have a parent that's maybe abusive or attacks us, or we were fear of losing their love, especially as a small child, that we can develop the idea that lying is safer than upsetting somebody. Lying is safer than disappointing a parent. And then that translates into our adult life and causes inauthenticity. So the lesson this week is to work on this, looking at where in your life have you lied, and start giving yourself love, compassion, and gentle correction. Understand that that was your best. You were clearly hurting. You have trauma. You have experiences that conditioned you to lie. And then you can choose again. And lying isn't just like blatantly lying. It's also presenting yourself in a way that's not true. So when people say, "How you doing?" You're like, "Great," or and you're not doing great. That's not authentic. Or when you deny or you hide about your finances with your partner, right? That's a form of lying. So not sharing things that you would want shared with you, that's a form of lying. So looking at yourself, where am I lying? Am I lying? When am I being inauthentic? When am I engaging in things or saying I'm doing things that I don't really want to do? That's a form of lying too, because I'm afraid of what other people are going to think. Then also look at other people in your life that have been less than honest, or even somebody that you feel like I would want a connection with them, but I have a hard time connecting with them. And it's not that I haven't tried, but they really struggle to be vulnerable. It's important to see that that's not about you. That's about them not accepting themselves as they are and their lack of self love that stops them from the honesty and the authenticity. In a situation like that, the thing that they need the most is love, compassion, and of course, boundaries and gentle correction. But if someone lies to you, yelling at them, attacking them, or telling them they have to do this, this, and this for you to, love them, that will create more of the same behavior. So instead, we want to give the love and the compassion. I love you. I understand if you're lying, it must be because you're really struggling. I know that's not how you want to be. And then say things like, I trust you're going to figure this out. Now, if you need to have a boundary because it's not loving for you to talk to them or be in a relationship with them, or the relationship needs to change because it's not loving for you to allow them to continue to lie to you because that is going to cause them harm, then you set that boundary as an act of love. But just remembering that lying, cheating, hiding, shutting down, those are all evidence of someone that's struggling with their self love, and they deserve love, compassion, gentle correction, and boundaries.